What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We're back with another Musume video. This video, we are going to go back and train Love's Only You, the Beyond Dreams version. My nose is acting up right now because the weather decided to shift and be cold. It was like 90 plus the past couple of days, and then now it's cold right now. Like at probably... What does my computer say? Will it tell me? I'll just look at my phone then. It says... Well, it's 61 outside. I would say it's like low 70s in my room right now, if anything. So, yeah, after having like 4 days of like 90 plus weather, and then suddenly it's like low 70s, my nose will start acting up. It was like, bro, suddenly it's cold, and this is why I get sick over the summer. Because there'll be the random days where it'll get cold, and then the whole weather shift just totally messes with me. At least that's how it feels like. But anyways, we're training Love's Only You, the Beyond Dream version, and then we set up, we are using Almondine Tokaiteo for the speed cards. No, I'll say something else. Neo Universe for the power, Super Creek Stamina, Casino Drive, Friend card, and Forever Young Wise card. And that is pretty much it for the setup. And yeah, we're gonna get started with the run. And before we get started with the run and go over the comments, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. Also, if you guys did see, I did end up finishing the Zenless story yesterday. That was about 5 hours long, like I said it would be. But in my opinion, what I will say, without really spoiling anything, I guess towards Nova only, because it doesn't seem like Eugen cares about Zenless at all anymore, at least. At least I never really felt like Eugen cared about Zenless, because it was... When it would be about the story, it would just be like, man, the story text just takes too long, nothing about lore. And then when it would be talking about Zenless, it would just be more complaints, if anything. Like, there was nothing good coming out of it, especially in comparison to how he talks about NTE. So Nova, I guess, is just for you, and I guess whoever else plays Zenless and they care. What I will say about the story is that they did drop some huge lore. That, yeah, that's it. You might actually enjoy the first like hour or two because of that lore dump, Nova. So I'll just give you a thumbs up for that, because I did. But I will say, Nova, where you were correct, where I was wrong, I'll own up to it, because I did say I didn't think it was gonna happen. But when you said that Ciccia and Billy was gonna be there, that's the only thing I'm gonna say about the story. But yeah, Ciccia and Billy were there, so good on you, Noah, for picking that up. I thought, you know, maybe this is their time where they would go back. Maybe Billy will go back to the Sons of Caledon and just chill with them while they're gone. But no, I get why they're there, because I mean, both of them were there throughout the whole time it was happening. So, or you know what I'm talking. If you played the story, you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, if that's the case, yeah, I probably should have picked up on that, but I didn't. So it's cool. So it's cool. Although I do like the fact that Billy and Ciccia are there, because honestly, they're just the They're there to make things funny. That's what I will say. They're there to make things funny, and I like it. And I like it. So, other than that scene, some characters and all that. I'm not really gonna go full detail. Obviously, I did see Sunbringer and all that because we did see Sunbringer on the trial or in the trial. I will say that the story did make me like Norma more. Like, I was just going off the thing, but I got to like Norma more because of the story. That's what I would say about Norma. I guess that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. that is pretty much all I'm gonna say now, I guess. Which now, since I did that, I do want to check up on the other games before I do anything else. Probably would want to do the Woo stuff just to get the cold out of the way. But I kinda also want to check on Enfield in a way, because I don't know. I know there was one event that has like about a week left. I think it was like 8 days. And then I just want to check that out. I need to check Genshin. Not Genshin. I think Stario more than Genshin, I think. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. But I did say I wanted to focus. I think I would have time to focus on Mongol now, since a lot of things have calmed down. But I think before I do continue on Mongol, I probably want to at least catch up on Genshin and Starville first, because I am just a story behind. So that would probably be best before I get into Mongol, because then Mongol, once I get into that, it'll just probably be straight. And then NCE, I did end up beating all the way to stage 12. I mean, besides like Mint and at the time Hathor, is that it? Oh, and Cheese, or Chiz, however you want to call her. I say Cheese. Those were probably the only 3 I didn't have at level 70. So yeah, that was perfectly fine. I think I just pretty much swapped whoever I can into Lacrimosa's team. What I mean by that is, like, usually, so most of the time I would probably have Hathor and Cheese with Lacrimosa and Baisong, only because that keeps my Hotori team pretty much the way I normally use it. Either that, or else there was some moments where I did swap Mint and Cheese, switch them over. That way, I at least had. That was actually because of one of the stages. Oh, and one of them I did swap over both Juin and Mint over to Baisong and Lacrimosa, and then put over Hathor and Cheese with Hotori and Coco. There was a lot of switching between the two teams to just make it work, and I made it work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a janky Lacrimosa team, but I've been pushing through. I've been pushing through, and I did see the reset, and I think I'm in stage 10 now, but I'm gonna just wait until I can get everyone to level 70 at this point. Because I mean, obviously, I ain't pulling for chaos. Um, so I'm pretty much chilling for the most part in the phase two. So for the next, um, for the next, I guess two beyond the rails, I'll be just running the same people the whole time. It is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, I'm getting through it, so that's all that matters, right? I think that's all that matters. Um, but I do need to do the racing event there, so I'll probably take a peek at that. And a part of me wants to kind of start on like one of these endless events because it involves getting the dupe for Pyrois and the W engine for Pyrois. So I'm kind of like, should I just do it now just so I have it? I don't know. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else to mention too much at all. So I'm gonna start going over the comments because I also did see there was a good amount of comments. So just to, make sure that I do go over all of them. I'll start going over them now. So the first comment is gonna be from Asta. I did see that he did post pretty much the first post of the comment section. And it says, while Lady Sunbringer made a different design for her, the contours of the face and clothes are a little visible. Now it's a little like Ishwin in terms of clothes, but it doesn't matter. The woman is still desirable. Well, there's three of them. And it seems like all three of them are just different parts of Sunbringer. So I'm assuming you're talking about the I forgot what her name is. It started with an E. Oh well, I didn't remember because it was said, but not enough for me to like remember, I guess. But she did look nice. That Sunbringer. I don't know about the third one because I did see. Oh crap! The one that was the most present in the story. I forgot her name also. But the third one I didn't see either. So, yeah, we'll just go with that. Unfortunately, I didn't remember the names, but once I do, that'll be it. I'll remember it. But yeah, I mean, Sunbringer seems like they'll just be a triple team like AOD or Angels of Delusions. So we'll see how that goes. Although I am gonna be pulling for Remiel. Is it Remiel Dan? Every time I look at her, I'm just like, if you know, you know. But yeah, every time I see her, I'm just like, so it is what it is. But thank you, Asta, for the comment. Appreciate it as always. Next comment or comments is gonna be from. I'll go with Kazuki. I thought Cheval Grand is a runner Uma at first, but then I was wrong. She's a leader Uma all along. Well, if you'd seen the season 3, then you would have known she wasn't a runner. If you've seen season 3, it was obvious she wasn't a runner. Her sister Verxina, I still don't know whether she's a runner or a leader. Well, she's a runner, to answer your question. As you can see, Verxina's the leader. I mean, the runner. Cheval is the leader, and then you have Vivlos as the betweener. They're all 3 different positions. They're just missing a fourth sister or half sister. Who knows? Maybe there is a fourth and we just didn't know. Just kidding. I don't think there is a fourth. I really don't think there's a fourth. Nova says Verxina is a runner, of course. Then again, I never used her as a runner since my cards are not good for runners. Yeah, Mr. Betweener. You're Mr. Betweener. Let's not forget about that. I just remember that every new scenario event CG only gives 80 free pulls, so I need like 18k carrots. I'm pretty sure it's 10. 10 free or 100 free pulls. I never really counted 80. Because I usually say half pity, and half pity is at 100. So 10 free pulls or 10 free 10 pulls, so 100 pulls. At least I've always seen it as 100 or half pity. So having it at 80 feels weird to me, just number wise. Also, tacked on half Annie. Trust, please, CG, don't release her on the new scenario. I don't have the carrots yet. Well, I mean, for you kind of just went on like the scam banners, remember? The scamcha banners that you don't necessarily need to pull, but you still did just because you kind of wanted to. You see, for me, I kind of just went for Umas, so it's kind of my fault. But I don't regret it in the same time because at least I have the Umas that, you know. Like, you should totally have more than I do. But you did pull on those support banners. So I don't know. Nova says it's time to make that alt your main. Well, like I said, I don't think he's been pulling support cards on it because he's never answered the question every time I ask. But I felt like I answered it to myself and that's the reason why he doesn't answer. Because I feel like he doesn't have the support cards in his alt, and that's probably the only reason why he's not going to be switching to his alt. Because he has no support cards for it. But then again, if Uma is pretty much the only game he plays more than the other games that he mentions, then he might have the cards, actually. I'm going to give it like a 25% chance that he does have cards in his alt account. And if he does, then yeah, I'll be able to say that his alt account will soon be his main. But as of right now, I don't think he actually does have support cards in his alt account. At least that's what it feels like. And then lastly from Kazuki, it says, I'm still doing my auto training parent Uma runs, though doing all of that and still gonna lose at the end. As long as you make it a group B, that's all that matters. As long as you make it to the finals, that's all that matters. See, the only way I could see myself really taking Uma seriously is if I really, I don't have any other games. And if I don't have any other games, then yeah, I should probably be training a little bit more seriously. If I can. And I would probably try to go for consistent group A because I haven't really consistently made it a group A, but I'm just chilling. And that's all I really care about right now. I have too many games to worry about at this point to worry about trying to get to group A consistently when I have all these other games where it requires more time, in my opinion, at one point. Especially when they all decide to update periodically or separately, and I'm just there like, 1 week I'm doing this, then the next week I'm doing like another 2, then the other. Yeah. And then on top of that, IRL stuff, so is life. Such is life, right? But other than that, that's pretty much it for all the comments from Kazuki. Appreciate it as always, and Nova for replying to 2 of his comments. Next comments are going to be from Eugen, one of them being from the Valina banner pulls video. And it says, Hoyo game mustard pull always. Well, I mean, I did say I was guaranteed it because of my pulls for Promea, so I wouldn't really call this lucky because I did have to go all the way down to 80 plus pulls, regardless of it being guaranteed. So I would just think. Plus, I don't think it even matters for you because you don't even care about the game. So I'll just say that you're being salty at this point. Because every time you end up saying something about my polls, I have to correct you and say that it's not really that good because I have to go all the way down to pity, basically. And on top of that, you don't really care about the game, so it sounds more like salt more than anything. Because all you're gonna say is, I'm just triple Z in real life anyway, so that's basically your account in... Your account is sleeping. Compared to NT, your account is sleeping. So we'll just go with that. How about that, Nugent? And then Nova, well, we'll just go over it because Nova says, I feel cheated, Shushu. All you get are double S ranks for characters. What about me, huh? I'm crying. Well, you said you get it for weapons. And sometimes I do end up missing out on weapons. So I think in my case, as much as it's nice to get it for characters. Wait, didn't you say you got it in that one time in Wua? Didn't you say you got it in Wua? Like recently in one of the banners? So I don't know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure you mentioned it for like Wua. Don't act like I didn't remember. Because it does sound like you said that. Don't make me look for the comment. Don't make me look for the comment because I know I read it. But that's pretty much all the comments for the Valina poll. So thank you, Nova and Eugen, for the comments. I'm gonna go back to Eugen's comment on the Cheval Grand video, and it says, my speed tails 3 LB and got forgotten since I'm dead brain and not using Senko Umas. I don't even know if you're even trying in any game at this point. Honestly, besides Uma being like auto and for you to be just dead brain, I feel like NTE, it's your most serious game at the moment. That's what it feels like. And I feel like over the years, you never, like at least 2 years, I think. I don't think you ever got down to the whole time management thing that I've been trying to talk about. It feels like you don't really have that much time management. I'm not saying mine's the best because I end up being tired as crap over time, but I don't know. It's weird. It's just weird. I felt like eventually you should have figured out this whole time management situation, but it seems like you haven't. It seems like you just let it ride out and you just didn't care. So I don't know. What's up with you? It is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. Yes, similar with your tail, and it's just beside on my computer, no display shelf to place on. But later in the future, I will get a hold of it somehow. There are different ways to display it. You can say the amount Nova swipes per month is like around my monthly salary, probably. I don't know how much Nova swipes per month because I don't think he's... Does he? I don't know. Nova, do you swipe every month? I think he does for like the... I don't want to say every month. I think like every patch because I think he gets the passes. The battle passes. I think he does that at the very least, and then he'll buy currency if he needs to get more pulls. So I don't know how much he spends on the gotchas on a monthly, but I would say per patch, if he does get battle passes for all of them, I don't know if he goes for the $10 one or the $20 one where it gives you more and unlocks more levels. I don't know even know which games he does it for. So there's just a lot. There's just a lot, and I don't. That amount is it's up to Nova to reveal, which I doubt he will let us know. But he does say that every new game he does spend at least $100 in the beginning. So that is one thing I do remember. Whenever a new game starts, he will spend $100, even though he's not gonna probably play that game later on, which doesn't make sense to me still, because it's like, why are you giving yourself a little bit of an advantage in the beginning, but you're gonna end up dropping the game? But I guess it's kind of just like, all right, here you go, here's here's $100 for that company, because why not? At least that's what it seems like. Does it make sense to me? Not really, because I feel like I would have been able to test out a game without spending any money for it. But let Nova be Nova. That's just how he works. So if that's how it works for him, then that's how it works for him. If someone pushed Shushu on global, it's like you already done in JP, which is more advanced. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for someone to push me to do something in global when I've already done it once and I'm literally just chilling in global. Literally just chilling in global. The new Lacrimosa skin looks nice. Not that is green, but it's much more cleaner to look. Which one? There's like, what, 3, 4 Lacrimosa skins? Compared to the premium one with blue, I tried to look on a different angle, but it doesn't look better after a while. Maybe too much dark? I'd rather go for the red one if you get in fair gacha. So the gacha one. See, I would try to go for the gacha one, but I'm kind of guaranteed my next character, because I tried getting, I remember mentioning this, I tried getting the skin through the gacha, but since I didn't, I'm kind of in the 70 range in my pulls, so I can literally get Shinku for free, or guaranteed, in my next 10 pull or 2. Or, my next 10 pull or so, so I don't think I want to risk that, to be quite honest. Since I already have it, or basically have that next character, so I think I'm gonna just deal with, like I said, I'm just gonna deal with the normal Lacrimosa skin, because I don't mind it. Oh, and I also level 10 already the bond with Hattori, so I have her hangout skin already. I like that. I like that. Nova says Requiem has too many skins. Hattori needs more. I agree. Hattori definitely needed at least one limited banner, or one limited skin, because why the hell did we just suddenly get 2 Lacrimosa ones? Was it 2 or 3? Yeah, but regardless, why wasn't there at least one for Hattori? Didn't Nanoli get one either also? So it kind of makes me feel like, what happened with Hattori? What happened there? I get that she does have a livery for one of the cars, but that doesn't feel the same to me. I'd rather pay for the actual skin, but since the livery for the $10 million fawn car is, I can just purchase with fawns, I'm just gonna save up like 5 mil, I think, which I still think it's a ridiculous price. I still think it's a ridiculous price, because it's more than like a lot of the cars in the game for just a livery. Make it make sense. You can't. You can't, because there aren't even like too many ways to make money in the game at a fast pace. So I'm assuming over time they will, but as of right now, it doesn't feel that fast. Like, I hope they do the double fawns events a little bit more often. That's one way, at least, to probably compensate for that lack of other businesses or so to get more fawns, I would say. Or if they even do the Papa's thing weekly instead of every 2 weeks, because it's like 1 million we can literally go through like nothing. Like, there's literally furniture in the game that can, where 1 million would just poof out of nowhere if you really want to buy furniture for your apartment. So it doesn't make sense to me that there's not too many ways to make money in the game, let alone the limited like pawpaws every 2 weeks and all that. It's like if it's just 1 million, then I think 1 million per week is fair enough, at least for the pawpaws. Cause at least for me, when I do the cafe, I get about close to 60k every day. I guess in a span of 24 hours, I think I would get like close to 60k. So it is what it is. Like right now I have barely over 6 mil, which there's an apartment that's like, both of them are pretty much 8 mil, at least the ones that remain. Which I would rather go for the apartments because at least I could go deal with the anomaly furnitures or get the level up more anomaly furnitures the more I get the more expensive ones. So it is what it is. But other than that, thank you, Eugen, for the comments. And then Nova for replying. Appreciate it as always. And I think, well, that being said, the rest of the comments are all gonna be from Nova. With the first one saying, "Ah, yes, the fake sister. I'm still waiting for Cheval Alter, though. If you know, you know. Not necessarily a fake sister if they're half sisters, like actually half blood, but I wouldn't say half sister. I mean, I wouldn't say fake sister, but that's just you, Nova. So it doesn't really matter." I wonder if all the gachas I play have their Anime Expo booth present. I wouldn't say all of them. I doubt all of them will. Because I didn't really see Frontline, but I'm just assuming Frontline will be there because they were there last year. Wuwa wasn't there last year, but they're here. They're there this year. Arknights is there, but I don't know if Enfield's there. That's one thing. And then I'm pretty sure Blue Archive's there because Blue Archive's been there. I want to say Nikki was there also, but I think you dropped that. I don't know. Definitely didn't see anything about Reverse. I think Silver Palace is having a thing over there, like a announcement or whatever. I didn't see anything for NTE or Hoda, so I'm not too sure about NTE, let alone Tower of Fantasy because Hoda. But obviously Hoyo, Genshin, Zenless, Stario, the big ones. I don't know about Impact. I don't think I've seen anything about Honkai Impact. So at least the times I've been in Anime Expo, but maybe it is like a small part of Hoyo. I don't know. Other than that, I wouldn't know about any of the other games. Like I doubt CZN will be there. Heavily doubt. Heavily doubt because I don't know. Like last year, people were playing Ethereal Restart when I was walking around, but I don't like that game. I don't like that game. I'm being real. I don't like that game, but it is what it is. Well, the second EOS dropped just now. Counterside is EOSing in August. I dropped that game years ago. So I'm just like, it is what it is. They're going to reboot it sometime in the future. Let's just hope Star Savior pan out. Still haven't started Star Savior. It's still in my Steam store. Right? Yeah, it's right there, Star Savior. So I don't know if I'll even play it at all. But I will play Mongol for sure because I'm still playing it, obviously. So. Oh, Mongo, I forgot to start it. Now I got Genshin back a bit and Snowbreak, so it's like, bruh. Well, I don't have you even been playing anything in Snowbreak? Doubt it, because, well, the event should be ending, but since it's postponed, does it really matter? Have you even cared about Snowbreak since you started playing? Genshin, I don't even count because unless you actually do catch up with the story, then I don't think you're actually gonna complete me. I don't want to count Genshin for you. Plus, she decided to just log in Genshin just to see if you get Sandrone, and then that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I wouldn't count both of those games at all for you. I wouldn't count both those games for you, just like how I don't count Wuwa for Kazuki because all he basically did was pull for iMyth, flex his 3 iMyths and 1 tempo and call it a day. That's all it seemed like. So I don't even want to count him as an actual game he plays. I need ideas for bagel posts. Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT. Hi, just post whatever the heck you want. Who the heck cares what you post? It's all up to the people if they're gonna want to like it or not. Anyway, why do you even care? And why does it even matter at this point? Just post whatever you want. You're overthinking it. Just post whatever you want. And then just caption it, whatever you want. Just... Nike, just do it, you know? Both NTE and WUA have a racing event. It's kind of hilarious, and NTE actually have more time spent on fishing and cafe minigames. I did the first, 20 stages or whatever. Like, basically the first set of the cafe thing and the whatever it's called. Fishing, I think I'm like level 2 or 3. I haven't spent time at fishing at all, if I'm gonna be honest. Guess you need Bysong and Nanoly to get perfect star clear for all of them. I don't know. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know because I don't have Nanoly. I do have Bysong, but I don't know. So there goes my chances. Have been doing deliveries, at least the profitable ones, above 32k. 32k. I don't do ones that are less than 40k because I get 40k or 48k. Well, it probably has to do something with your anomaly furniture, if anything. I think it might have to do something with your anomaly furniture, but I believe someone says they don't care about leveling up their anomaly furniture, so... Oh, it says here, you say, after the furniture is leveled up for the delivery one, I'll just do the 1 delivery per day and get Hathor to skip it for me. What do you think I've been doing? When I literally let Hathor do it. Usually it's once, because sometimes there's not 2... They won't have 2... deliveries that are over 40k, but if there is, I'll just end up doing the second one manually, which is fine because it doesn't even take that long. It takes like a minute or a minute and a half. Not really anything to complain about, although there will be people complaining about that, like, oh my gosh, it takes too long. I'm like, bro, don't play the game then. You're gonna complain for a minute and a half, don't play the game. I don't like people just bitch and moan for the most simplest things. Yes, I'm gonna leave that in. That's how serious I am. Which, in a sense, is basically like a lot of the people in the gacha communities, especially for Hoyo. Or just in general. Which is why I pay no mind to them. Because all they do is complain about the most simplest things. Can't do this, can't do that. Can't beat this, can't beat that. Maybe if you stop complaining and start focusing on your account. Maybe I should do something about it and complain. Yeah. It's the same thing in Numa. And Uma's not just everything else. Like Uma's like, oh, I can't do this or I can't train, do this and that. Oh, but how many times do you train? Once a day? Now, I'm not saying that I don't train at least once a day sometimes, but it's like if you're gonna complain about it, then do something about it. If you're not getting it within like that once a day, then try to do two, maybe do three. Can't do it? Well, don't complain. Yep. If you can't put in the time to do more, then don't complain that you can't, because it's just how life is. It's just how life is. But most people would choose the complain route. Or they'll just give up and just forget about the game. Either way. Either way, it's up to the individual if they want to keep up or not. Or do something about it. Well, Hyrule has this Persona 5 feels to it. It's like the student life, but you get the elements behind the scenes that's plaguing the people there. True? True. I guess technically, if you look at the whole Lucilla thing, the whole like the whole crap. What am I gonna say about it? The whole the fact that they knew that there was something going wrong with their program, these synchronists, whatever they're called. I actually forgot what they were called. I think there was one of those too. Knowing that their program at the very least was gonna get like terminated or whatever. In a sense that we're talking about like Persona, seems like their desires were getting taken away from them. I see it. I see it. I get you. I get you. I don't think you need a lot of action or fanfare in the story for it to be considered good. I agree. I agree. For me, I think the whole like, I think this was like been a meme for like the longest, because of, well, I'm about to say it. Like if you just think a story is good just because of its action and cinematics and not actually the actual story of the story, then you're just basically like a Michael Bay fan with all these explosions and stuff. Like if you know Michael Bay movies, they're all about the explosions and action. So if that's all you care about, I don't really think you care about story. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna keep it real. That's why I said, yeah, Real Sita did have all the like action cinematic scenes, kind of like how Nova said, you said it was like the Avengers and all that, which is cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But getting more into like the serious stuff when it comes to like character growth and all that with like Rover, or like the sadness or depression that's going on in Hyrule with the whole thing with Imeth and all that actually hit me harder more than the typical stuff that you would see that happen in Renacida with other different series or animes or stories in general. So that's why I would put Hyrule over that. Heck, even the collab story for Cyberpunk hit me harder than Renacida did, because it was more like in the feels. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Like Renacida was good, but it still had that niche, typical like storyline to me. Like, oh yeah, we go into a new place, try to figure what's going on. Stuff starts to go bad. Figure one thing out, go to the next part. Same repeat. Stuff happens again. Try to figure out, so. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't the same in Hyrule where, yeah, we go in there, something happened already by the time we, tried to go there, and then stuff happens. But at least for the story, for me, it hit harder. It hit harder. That's at least how I see it. The highlight for me was the Grand Architect review. Was it? I mean, it was kind of like there was a lot of also things that appeared in Lahairo, also like the Grand Architect and all that. So I thought that was interesting. And there was more like, was that, would you say, more psychological stuff happening in Lahairo, which honestly interests me more than the whole, like, let's just focus on action type of deal. Which is, I would say, the same as like, which is why I mentioned this a long time ago, where one of my closest friends, one of the things he proudly admits, and I joke around with him, is that he only likes your typical action action anime, or yeah, your typical action animes, like mainstream animes and all that. I ain't like that. I ain't like that. Give me my drama, give me my romance. I don't give a crap. I'm into all that. Drama, rom-com, horror, whenever a horror one comes across, slice of life. Heck, even idol animes. I'll watch all of that. I can't watch action for too long. So that's why getting the whole shift to like something more serious in Lahairoi felt more refreshing than having back-to-back action focus arcs. So that's how I see it. Even the whole thing, whole like having the whole Somnoir where we found Chisa, like in between Lahairoi and Renacida, felt nice, because it was like a whole different setting, and it was like, and that's where you kind of just started seeing more like the shift in the story. At least that's how I seen it. So it is what it is. Speaking of 1.0, I heard that Yang Yang English voice acting again. She sounds like a robot. No cap. I mean, if that's how they want her to speak, that's how they want her to speak. You can't really blame the voice actor for that. Because if that's how they approved it, then that's how they wanted her to be. It's kind of like how people were pissed about Paimon, right? That's how Hoyo wanted it to be for Paimon, until that voice actor screwed up. Or when, I would say, something happened. When like something happened during the whole like Genshin strike or whatever, or not, the voice acting strike or whatever. So I mean, I didn't have a problem with Paimon's voice. Like I said, I rarely let things bother me. Yang Yang's, I haven't heard her in a long time, but I know how she kind of sounds just by trying to remember it. Did I have a problem with it? Hasn't bothered me, so whatever. I think Hiyuki has a savior complex, probably. Of course, Grand Architect did tempt her into becoming what Dania did become, so I don't think she will be getting the evil arc anytime soon. No, I don't think so either. Her hometown seems to be more tragic than Lahairoi, though. Maybe we get more Chisa appearance then. Maybe, because assuming, yes, Chisa is from Ashinohara, and where Hiyuki is, well, from also, then maybe if that is a main arc, which I would assume it should be, because they wouldn't keep mentioning it if they wouldn't be a location at one point. And yeah, I feel like if something's mentioned about it and all that, knowing Chisa is most likely from there, then, you know, it would be weird if Chisa didn't get involved in her own, like, in her own hometown or whatever, you know. That'd be quite weird. I kind of like how, if we think about the New Federation area, maybe Lene joins us because she's technically from there. I mean, she's from there, maybe to help us out, or we're just gonna be like stay over here in Lahairo and just be you know. Kazuki is just a Uma player in my book. Ain't no way I'm keeping 2 Uma accounts. People just don't enjoy global. Kazuki says global still on Stone Age. I'll still go back once Grand Live drops or do it drops at 3rd Annie. It's just impossible for me. No excitement at all. It feels like I'm doing chores while playing on global. And there's like way more other games to play than just playing global. Just saying. Just saying. Nova says global players are literally living in the past 4 freaking years that they could have tried JP. That's what I was saying. It's like you had 4 years to get used to the game and y'all decided to just not even try. Or if you did try, you just got tired of it. So you got no one else to blame but yourself for not being able to get into JP. That's pretty much what I gotta say. Tanoki says at least global is piss easy. The knowledge gap is there as always, but doesn't have that 24 to 32 times parent grinding differential and 4 times ace grinding differential that now comes with JP passes. Just bare bones maintenance there. You could have a field trip anytime the curb stomp some globals. I don't necessarily care about this whole numbers that you're just you bring up the numbers and I'm like, all right, they're just numbers to me because I never even considered all this. So, yeah. Nova says, huh? How come that's the way I feel about JP? I literally just trained Umas during the last week. Because you're pretty much set in JP for your account, so you spend more time in other games until you need to train for the last week. That's how I see it for you, Nova. Tanoki says, don't you have the pass? But JP is easy too, just not piss easy. You don't get the perfect foresight, so the knowledge gap multiplier isn't that high, but there's auto. But then again, isn't auto coming soon to global? Can't really say auto is going to be just a JP feature when we all know it's going to eventually come to global. Heck, I think even fairly soon. Then Nova says, pass is not even that significant. You being weird about these passes, Noki. I don't know. No, Noki's into the numbers that I don't care about, so. Tanoki says it's not insurmountable, but it's significant. 2 times efficiency with 4 rerolls instead of 2. 3 to 4 times efficiency with factor select, assuming we use Umas with 3A aptitudes. And 4 times on selecting best of 2 inheritances twice. I can't speak apparently. Though best of 2 twice is probably more than 4 times. 2 times 3 times 4 for 24 times. Or 2 times 4 times 4 for 32 times efficiency. I'm gonna just say this. If I had to going down to thinking about these numbers and all that, that means I'm not enjoying the game. I'm just gonna say it. If I have to go down to the nitty gritty, not really the nitty gritty, but if I have to go down and start calculating these efficiencies and all that and comparing passes to people who don't have passes and all that, I don't think I'm enjoying the game. I don't think I'm enjoying the game if I'm really going that far into it. Because to me, that's getting too into it at this point. So I don't know how I feel about these numbers. But I don't want to just exist. I want to achieve something cool. Well, that's all on you. That's all on you. I don't really know how serious you take Uma. I feel like you just take it more serious than most of us. The fact that you're willing to go to these numbers and all that. I just have way too many games to worry about Uma at this point. Like the shoo from like 2 years ago, where I was like, I'm not a casual, is definitely a casual now. I am not gonna sugarcoat it on myself. I am definitely more of a casual in Probably just above average. uh, Above average, above a average casual, if anything. But man, from like 2 years ago to now, yeah, definitely not that same Shushu and Uma. When it comes to how seriously I take it now. And even when I basically went off on you for calling me a casual Tanoki, even I didn't have to go down to these numbers and all that and think about it. I was just basically just putting in more time than anything. So just seeing these numbers really don't really do me any good or bad. It just makes me feel like it just makes me think if I have to go down to that point where I'm calculating efficiencies between having a pass or not, it's like, am I really enjoying the game if I'm really going that far into it? Can't I just enjoy the game? Nova says Noki. Lowballing this game called Uma has been my raison d'etre. We're going since the beginning. What does that mean? Is that like reason for being? Since the beginning, like I told Shushu, this is just quality of life that makes me feel better when playing Uma. PvP gotchas are still kind of cringe in my book. I've said this with Nova also, and I've agreed with Nova where I'm not really that big into PvP gotchas. So the whole CM League of Heroes thing, there's a reason why my attitude towards it's just like, as long as I'm just, I guess, making it to platinum and just groupie finals at the minimum, I'm cool with that because I know where I mean, obviously I can go better than what I'm doing, but I got way too many other games to worry about that I actually do take more seriously than Uma. I'm having fun. I do take it just a little bit of serious, just because I just kind of want to push myself just a little bit because, like, yeah, I probably can reach US. What can I do to do that, you know? So maybe I'll push myself for the next week or so to get me into US. But if I'm talking about other games, I feel like I do take the other games way more seriously. For that comment specifically, thank you Kazuki and Tanoki for replying. Appreciate it as always. Holy crap, there's a couple more comments. We'll try and speedrun this. Eugene probably swipes for phone or something. Yuck. Hey. Huh? I don't know what he swipes for. But obviously he doesn't swipe for gacha games. I don't think he should be, because one, if we just take Zenless out there, yeah. Zenless would be the example why I feel like he shouldn't swipe in gacha games. That's a problem. That's probably the beginning one, since it's for the quest. The reset one is much harder. Oh, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about Beyond the Rails, the end game? At least for you, because I did the reset and I did make it to stage 12 before it reset, like literally like 2 hours before it reset. After I played the Zenless story, I went and uploaded it, or while I was uploading, I went to NTE and beat the thing Beyond the Rails before it reset. But I already mentioned that earlier today, or earlier in the video. I actually haven't used the car for travel for a while now, just because the motorbike is so convenient. I can call it anywhere without thinking about it. I don't have a motorcycle, so I just been using my Porsche, which I don't regret. I'm gonna keep using the Porsche because I paid for it basically with all my funds. So I paid for it with all my funds, so I'm gonna keep using it. Yes, I'm gonna use it over a 2.5 million fond bike, because I finally got a handle of the Porsche and its speed, so I'm going to places just perfectly fine. I am probably going to invest all the apartments first and then move on to cars. It's a long-term thing anyways. Sure, I can swipe for fonts, but where's the fun in that? Says the guy who would just swipe. Just a swipe. Well, yeah, I'll just have another crowd control character on my Requiem team by the name of Oh, never mind. Well, you have fun with that. You have fun with Sakiri, because I don't have her. Interesting that both you and Eugen don't use Hathor when she's pretty waifu material herself. I do use her. I did say I brought her to level 70. So I don't know what the heck you're talking about. I have been using Hathor since the beginning because she was part of my... She was basically built, or I pretty much wanted to build her before even Lacrimosa was released. So I don't know what you're talking about because I have mentioned her in the past. I have mentioned her in the past, Nova. So we'll just all leave it to your in through one ear and out through the other thing, where I have to constantly have to repeat myself because you don't want to remember things sometimes. But yes, I already have Hathor and her thing at level 70. Her arc at level 70. Literally, I have 7 characters already at level 70, so... And one of them is Hathor. My whole... Well, I would say my whole Hotori team, but Mint's only at 60. But if I switch Mint with Hathor, then that's technically my whole Hotori team. And then there's Baisang, Lacrimosa, Cheese, and then Mint. That's the other 4 that I do use. So I do use Hathor. I do use her for delivery. I do use her in Beyond the Rails. I wouldn't have been able to beat it without her in Beyond the Rails. So I don't know what you're talking about, Nova. I've mentioned this since 1.0. I've mentioned this in 1.0. I even said that I got her for my for the select ticket because I wanted her because I didn't know if I wanted between her or Juyuin. I did say that in the beginning of NTE, but Nova be Nova, right? Sorry, Eugen. I don't even consider you a Zenless player at this stage. It's time to drop it completely. That's what I'm saying. The fact that he doesn't even care about the upcoming or 3.0, did not know that who was getting released, and or doesn't really know anything about the recent patch now, or I don't even think he remembers anything about the story because he never mentioned anything about the story, like I said, except for the fact that he only complained the fact that text was too slow or something like that. And his literal response is literally what he just responded to you. I'm Triple Z's in real life player, literally. So that's why I said earlier that his account is basically just Triple Z's, because if he puts more time in, let's just face it, he puts more time in NTE. He's more of an NTE player than Zenless at this point. Because if he really cared about Zenless, he would have done something about it. It's like I said about that little rant I had earlier. If you're gonna complain about something, do something about it. If you're not gonna do something about it, don't complain about it. That's just how it is to me. Kazuki thinks you would have pulled that 2-minute mark, but like I'm like, Shushu can last longer than that. I don't even think he should have assumed that I done my pulls at the 2-minute mark, because I usually do my pulls after I do the overview, so that's at least like 10-15 minutes in. If he'd paid attention in past banner videos, I don't do my pulls within the first 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes, I'm barely getting into the first character, or barely getting into the character. GFO 1 is still around, so I can stare at both now. Guess you can. Man, he just like NATO's destroying people's properties and stuff. So he just likes, your friend just likes tornadoes just for the destruction of people's properties? What if it destroys his property? Does he find enjoyment in that because it's a tornado? What about that? Gonna have to double check you with you in 2 weeks if you're going to pull for Camille or not. You probably will, because what you have ingrained in your mind is that I'm probably gonna pull for Camille, even though like literally the next day after I said I was thinking about it, that said I'm not gonna do it, and since then you've just been repeating it like I was supposed, like I'm gonna do it, or even though I've said more that I'm gonna not pull for Camille than I said that I was gonna pull for him. So it's just you being Nova. For me, it's just the missing gooning features bother me. I can't lie. I mean, I can see where, but I mean, they show a really good amount of leg, just to be honest. And it's honestly not that far off from her original skin if we're talking about gooning features or whatever. I don't think it's that far off from her original skin. I was literally comparing and I was like, there's mostly similarities. There's not really too much of like a drastic difference, but I do like how her new one looks like, so it is what it is. And the last comment says, you know that GFL2 has good advertising for gooning skins. Helen was just one of many examples. Oh yeah, I think Helen was like, whew. Helen's was definitely, if it's not the top, it's up there. If it's not the top, it's up there. That's what I will say. That's what I will say. But thank you, Nova, for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. Next comments are going to be from Tanoki. He did join in the comments section. I feel like he waits until I'm recording for some odd reason, but I don't know. But Tanoki says, not much to do in terms of prepping ahead. Also says, Shushu recording. For CM made leader, Almond Eye, Ninja Yaino Moteki. I thought Yaino Moteki was more of a betweener. But it looks like you have her for both. Betweener, Ninja Yaino Moteki, Island Gold City, Stay Gold, still in, I'm assuming still in love, not live. Chaser, Buena Vista, or Ferv, and OG Tanino Gimlet. Well, you got a good amount trained, I would say, more than myself. And with that being said, thank you, Asta. Thank you, Nova. Thank you, Eugen, Kazuki, and Tanoki for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And for the run, we ended up with 2117 speed, 1433 stamina, 1440 power, 1045 guts, and 1558 on wise. No S aptitude, and we got a UA1. One of our runs for Loves Only You, but it is what it is. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. We are over the hour mark, but I think we were over the hour mark yesterday also. But it's cool. It's cool. I enjoy going over the comments. Like I said, I'd rather go over all the comments than I don't know how global is. Because global, I can pretty much, at least right now, I give it the same amount of time, 50 minutes or so. But it's like more silence than anything. I think last time I even sped it up just a little bit. Just a little bit, just to lower it. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you guys didn't make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and let me know how you guys are doing with your CM training. I believe we have about a week left, so I think so. A week, maybe 10 days left for the CM, so hopefully within that time I'll be able to maybe get a UA9, maybe get a US, who knows. But if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. As long as appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description. But yeah, I'm gonna get this video uploaded before I get started with global. Because judging by the time, I probably should do that just to make sure that I can get this video up in time. Global can wait because it's a little bit longer, so, or a little bit, there's a little bit more time than global. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you once again. As always, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.